Dude, doesn't that rip?
You're an idiot.
No, you're an idiot.
Welcome back, hotties, uggos, and everyone in between. It's the You're an Idiot podcast. I'm Alex Drago with my co-host, Jeffrey Osmus.
Oh my God. Where do you think you are in this continuum? Hot or uggo?
Give me, do you know what I think I am? I think I'm my height. I think I'm a 6.6.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
If it's out of 10? Yeah. I think you're hot to like women who don't really have like much. They don't really think outside the box. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, women who just like, eat tall.
Yeah, those are,
women do love Alex Dragovich. It makes you think maybe we shouldn't have given y'all the vote, gals. How much they love Alex.
Yeah, when did women get the vote?
You dunked 15 years ago? That's cool.
Dude, I actually, some people reached out to me. I did an interview with the Philly newspaper today about the Philadelphia Associate or something like that, about basketball.
Okay, what about basketball? What are you talking about?
About doing comedy after basketball.
Oh, why Philly?
I don't know. The guy found my shit, and 670 The Score. I'm gonna be on them with
What's
them tomorrow.
that?
It's like the Chicago sports radio.
Oh, you're going on a live?
Yeah.
You're calling in?
Zooming in tomorrow.
Oh my God!
I know.
What are they? Why did they just discover you?
I think it's 'cause I reposted a basketball clip and it went viral.
Oh, which one was it?
The Syracuse.
Oh,
show.
that one did go well. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to repost those.
We're back, baby. Jeff,
Almost
what are you
like you should talk about one of the key parts of your life on stage.
I have 7 minutes on it. And
who's been telling you that for years?
It doesn't do that well.
Who's been saying you should really mind the most interesting part of your life more over and over? Who was that guy?
Jeff.
I think it was Jeffrey.
You said...
I said, tell more jokes about the only interesting part of your life.
It hasn't been that...
Serbian or basketball. That's what you got. Those are the two interesting parts. Mine are... I come on pillows, and I'm a communist. Those are my two interesting things.
Yes,
you gotta mind your interests.
I think before we get into our weekend and stuff like that, let's do we got a little bit of an announcement. Right?
We have an announcement, a sad announcement, folks. This coming forward, I will be leaving the podcast.
Jeffrey's last episode today,
my last
folks.
podcast, folks. I'm leaving the podcast. I'm moving to the Bunny Ranch in Nevada. I'm going to work for one of those brothels.
Jeff is one step. He's been mentally walking into the woods for quite some time now, and it's going to be a physical walk into the woods the next couple
I hope
years.
so. God, I hope so. I'm just chilling out, folks. It's no time to grind.
Minneapolis next year for you?
Oh, I don't know about that. Well, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Chicago. Chicago's a little better. But yeah. But you can't be grinding. I'm just tired, folks. This tour has destroyed my soul.
Yeah.
And you could argue I planned it and it's entirely my fault, but it still happened nonetheless.
Yeah, just been getting up quite a bit.
I've gotten really good at stand-up and really bad at mental health.
Yes, it's not easy, this life, guys, but I'm continuing the pod.
Drago is continuing the pod without me. I'll pop in every once in a while and
if I
ask
allow
him
it.
if he knows what the Pythagorean theorem is, and
yeah,
if
Jeff
he's
will come back.
Fucked a black woman yet?
I'm gonna have recurring guests. I'm gonna have probably a smaller roster of rotating people that the pod likes, and
I'm gonna have a pool of seeing how long it takes him to have a non-straight white male as a guest.
Yes,
Yeah,
Jeff's gonna be having side bets on that.
I think the plus or minus maybe 50 episodes.
I would say hold your breath, folks.
Yeah, and a woman he's not attracted to. Also,
oh my God,
will he have a straight white man or a woman he doesn't want to sleep with deep in his soul?
This is all bullshit. It's hogwash. I'm gonna be having all the colors on here.
What are all the colors?
All the colors are going to be on
red, white,
here.
And blue.
I think this leads into a phenomenal question from one of our patrons. I want to shout out. I
do want to say to the patrons, if you stay subscribed, you can still always get tickets to my shows. So keep supporting Alex, even though I won't be getting the money.
Wow.
This is called socialism, folks.
Jeff is
He gave me a t-shirt. I'm going to give him hundreds of dollars a month for the rest of his fucking life. But what's empathy, really, folks?
Wow.
So if you stay subscribed, you still get free tickets to my shows.
What an unbelievable gesture from Jeff.
Wow.
Very sweet. I take back half of what I said a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, what did you say on the episodes I wasn't here? You guys are trashing me, I bet.
No,
and Tim are, I wish Jeff had cancer.
Oh.
You guys are trashing.
Yeah, we actually talked Greg.
You did talk about Greg's cancer, yeah.
Our
friend
boy,
Greg.
do you want to give him a special shout out?
Our boy Greg Kennedy. shitty. Everyone thought he had stage 4 cancer. It turns out it's just fungus in his lungs, a real up and down. That was actually one of the reasons it made me rethink life, folks, if I'm being clear, if I'm being honest. We're about 3 weeks, we thought one of our best friends was about to die, and then the doctor found out it was a 1% error or something. They fucked up this biopsy, and he really just had a fungal infection. It's still like vaguely serious, but it's not like death or anything.
Geoff and I, we were together.
We visited our friend Greg.
We were around Greg for a couple days. Pretty intense.
Bleak stuff. Trying to be funny.
Geoff didn't see me cry like a baby for about a half hour. I'm really glad that he
I cried too. That. Lord knows I didn't do it in front of any of my friends or the people I hold dear.
No,
but
it was me. It was me, Greg, and Claire, and we just sobbed.
You were crying with them.
Well, because I think I was the first one to get there after he dropped the bomb.
You gotta hold it in when the guy has cancer. I think you don't cry,
dude. I
think you gotta not. You got to be a stoic face.
I have a hard exterior. I'm kind of emo on the inside.
Yeah, we all know about your music taste.
You don't give me enough credit for how emotional I am.
Yeah, have you listened to Dark Frog's new album?
Oh,
yeah,
whatever.
We all know you're emo.
I'm in touch, guys. I have empathy.
You're listening to guys that Chairman Mao would think are a little too far left. And you're like, yeah, of course you're emo.
Yeah, this is how it goes, folks. But this actually is a great question
so
from the pod.
With them. I cried privately.
This guy said, I don't know who asked it, but someone said, God, I'm sorry for not shouting you out. Oh, Aisha Cotman, she comments quite a bit. Friend of the pod.
She's from Switzerland.
Did you guys ever say anything during the podcast that you regretted? Too soon, in parentheses.
Wow.
Yes, we don't have to relive my big moment.
Homeless people annoy me. I wish they weren't so freaking poor.
Yeah.
If only a government agency could help them out.
Good thing there's takebacks in life, folks.
Yes, good thing there are takebacks. We can all take back what we did on November 6th of last fall.
Yeah.
We can all take it back, can't we?
What about, do you regret anything now that you're on your way out?
I regret anything that I said? I don't know. I don't think so. No, not really.
Wow.
I feel like I've been pretty funny the whole time, and I have no regrets.
Okay.
I think I've probably been a little mean to Alex a couple times, but it's called projecting, folks.
I would say
that's what it's called.
A couple times you crossed the line.
I think I insulted your intelligence a bit too, in a not funny way. Sometimes I would say I think I hold on to my intelligence as the one thing that sets me apart. So I need to use it to lord over others sometimes.
It was the most mean to me has been live on the air. So I give you a little leeway for being performative.
I'm playing a character called Guy Who I Really Am. He's playing. It's made up. Folks.
No, guys. With Goofrey, this duo we've had a great run.
I regret all that much. I can't remember much of it. It was a haze.
It was a blur.
Kind of like the Rolling Stones don't remember a lot of their tours.
Appreciate you guys listening. And Asmus Nation, I know some of you are going to leave.
Yeah, Asmus Nation, I'm willing to allow you guys to transfer your allegiance to drag queens.
I think you'll be interested to see what the new show is like.
Yeah, Drago's gonna do a whole segment. Do you like it from the front or the back better?
And Asmus Nation will teach you guys how
many pumps is enough for an Asian or for a Filipino. How long can you last in a woman of each race?
I'm gonna talk about my comment in our group chat and the Patreon. I felt like that was a little much.
What was your comment?
Remember yesterday? I'll tell you.
Yeah, you did have. Oh yeah, that was. I don't even know if you want to say that one out loud. That was a tough one.
I thought. Okay, we'll talk about it on the Patreon.
I think that was a rough. Drago got a little too sexual in the boys group chat.
But let's keep moving. Let's keep things positive. Let's talk about our weekends a bit. Geoff, do you want to go first or should I go?
No, let's stick with tradition. I'll say my weekend in about 45 minutes after you've filled me in on who you filled up this weekend.
I just got a big story.
I know what it is. Drago had
don't bury the lead, bro.
What? If that's the most interesting part, it's not a good story.
It's a fun story.
Okay.
They let the folks go along for the ride.
Let's see how it is.
So
I'll give you 2 or 3 minutes.
I'm on stage doing a Don't Tell, headlining in Pittsburgh, destroying per usual. So then
not what my little birdies told me.
I'm on stage, and so I'm doing a joke about Mormons.
His old Mormon bit.
These
two
girls. So what happened is I actually didn't do that.
You didn't do it for a while. Now you brought it back.
I refined it. It wasn't working. Refined it.
That's the best part of comedy.
When you cut fat and do things quicker, people laugh harder. Yes. So anyways, I'm doing this Mormon bit. These 2 girls are giggling. They're giggling, you know? And I'm like, what the hell are you guys?
Is that how women giggle?
I'm like, what the hell are you guys giggling about? And they're like, we are escaped Mormons. We're reformed Mormons.
Oh, right.
We used to be Mormons in Provo or Salt Lake or whatever, but we've escaped our families. We're out here now. I was like, oh, great. We do have a little more back and forth. They're two cute gals. So, anyways, do the show. Go to a bar after. I sit down. I order my Fat Tire. New beer I'm into, by the way. Wow, you're
still drinking? I'm 2 weeks sober, folks. Haven't drank in 2 weeks.
I'm sure your downfall is really going to be a blast.
I'm trying to go a month.
No, we're going hard in Austin.
Yeah.
But so then
I'll be done. I'll be back by then.
So then I sit down at the bar, look to my right. Guess who's a few feet from me?
Oh my God!
It's the
Jebediah the pagan whore.
It's the 2 Mormon girls.
I don't know what a female Mormon name would be.
They're like, "Hey, good set." I'm like, "Oh, did you guys really escape?" They're like, "Yeah, we don't really go home that much." Da da da. One girl is living in Boston. She's visiting her friend in Pittsburgh.
Oh my God!
So
I see where this is going.
So the host comes.
2 dead bodies in the trunk.
So we grab a table. The host comes in, or the feature actually. He featured Josh, really funny guy. He sits down, and it's about like 11:30 hits, and one girl goes, "So, what do you want to do after this?"
Wow.
To me, and Josh goes, "Aren't you 2 Mormon? Like, what do you mean? What's after this? Like, you guys are really gonna party? Like, aren't you Mormon?" And the girl turns to her friend, and she goes, "Not anymore," and they start making out.
Wow.
And Josh he's a married man, and he had just gotten 2 large like Cold Stone orders for him and his wife. So he's
like, this is not my vibe.
So he looks at the Cold Stone and goes, I gotta go home.
Where do you get Cold Stone at 11:30 at night?
I don't know. It was open. It was crazy. I have no idea.
God, that's why you don't get married, folks. Your dreams die right in front of you.
So
you start getting Cold Stone Creamery.
So they start making out, and then the girls. So I'm like, okay, we'll go to another bar. We go to another bar that's like equidistant to where we're both staying, right?
Sure.
So then they start downplaying the makeout. They're like, "Oh my God, we can't believe we did that. That was so crazy. God, we've never done that before. Can't believe we did that. That was so dumb."
How long were they making out for?
Probably 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So then the night kind of they downplayed so much that it's about 12:31, and I'm like, I start drinking soda water, start sobering up a little. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go home, and they're like, yeah, okay, sounds good. We're gonna go home too soon. And I go, and just there's a pause for a second. And I go, I just gotta ask, you guys didn't want to have a 3-way, did you?
You just said that out of the blue.
I swear to God. And they start laughing their asses off. And they go, we did. We want to have a 3-way.
Wow.
And I was
incredible.
Like, is it still on the table? And they were like, she goes, I live 2 blocks away. If you want it.
Oh my God. Good things happen to bad people.
So
he did nothing to earn this. Didn't vote for their rights. Did nothing. Did nothing to protect these poor women from the world.
So then this girl, so I don't want to be too, they're both pretty girls.
But here we go.
The one who's like,
you're going to shame one.
The one who's like a little hotter goes to the bathroom. She goes to the bathroom. I would say she's hotter. She's hotter.
Oh, so you have to get one heifer to get to the sow.
So the girl, the kind of less hot girl goes, she goes, hey, I got to ask you something seriously. And I was like, what?
Oh, no.
And she goes, you're going to fuck me too, right?
Oh my God.
And I'm like, yeah, like it's a team thing. Like, of course. Like, she goes, no, I want to make sure, like, you're not just like doing this just to fuck her, right? And I was like, no,
what
like
the fuck?
I was like, no, everyone gets
So
the.
this has happened before where she's been on the sidelines and coach won't put her in.
I'm like, everyone gets the rock. Everyone's getting shots tonight.
Wow, you're Nas Reed, babe. You're coming in
yeah,
off
you're
the
coming
bench.
in. You can shoot it whenever you want. But I know I really was. I think I said something like teamwork makes the dream work. Something stupid like that.
If you said that, you should be shot. that they still wanted to fuck you after that. Oh my God.
So then but she was like, just want to make sure. So her friend comes back. We go.
So there was a big disparity then.
I wouldn't say there was a big disparity. I think you could probably.
Clearly, they knew it among the friend group.
You know, dude, the other girl was very cute, like really cute,
And
the other girl was cute. So
not enough for you.
Definitely. So So we go back to her place, and the thing is, she has like a fifth of vodka left, and we pretty much down it. Like,
wow.
We're like, we gotta get fucked up. For
Why'd
this.
you have to get fucked up to have sex with two beautiful women?
They wanted to get fucked up too.
Oh,
it was
a little gay.
It was
a little gay.
It was their first time too.
Oh gosh, it's just every man's dream. Better get drunk.
It was their first time too.
Wouldn't want my dick to work at the biggest hour of his life. Wouldn't want to remember this.
So then
vodka too.
They admit they said it was their first time. So then but the one girl's like, I got to take out my dog.
The hell?
He's got.
So she brought you outside.
So.
Come on, took you for a walk. Hey, little
So
doggy.
it's me and the slightly hotter girl. We're just kind of hanging out there for like 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, should we start? Like, what's the deal? And she's like, I think she'll be mad if we start. Da, da, da. The other girl comes back. She dims the lights, throws on the Claro album.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, great. That
Okay.
helps. But it's a nice little soft like indie rock.
I've never
album.
heard of this.
Great, it's a
Jeez,
great
that's
artist.
what you guys are listening to?
Yeah, it's really good.
God, they didn't get far away from Mormonism. They're not throwing on a black artist still. No.
So we start like making out, but then we're all laughing.
What's Claro's big song?
Sexy to Someone is her most recent.
I don't know this
Great,
shit.
great track.
Okay.
She has a song called Bags. That's awesome. So
Yeah, you like that one. Bags, of course.
I'm a fan. So then we start making out. We're all giggling. We were like very like, it's just not making sense. It's not making sense. But then for some reason, I don't know how it happened. They start making out a little bit. And then I don't know what happened. The shots hit, the dim light, and then things took its course. And I'll tell you, man, I would recommend doing it.
I have no interest in that. That doesn't turn me on. That sounds like a nightmare from every logistical and psychological standpoint.
I will say, in terms of like finishing,
but when you come, then you have to keep going.
Well, it's hard.
That would be a
The thing
tragedy.
is, it's actually a little harder to come, in my opinion, because you're focusing on two different things. Like you're making out with one while.
I bet I'd find a way. I bet I'd find a way to come.
Well, you're not a condom guy, so this would have been weird because I was pretty adamant about this condom.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I don't need condoms. I have dumb cum.
Yes. So
they're not making any kids.
First round was good. In between rounds, slightly hotter girl just starts puking.
Oh my God.
And that was what
you had a threesome with a blacked out woman. Write that down, Hollywood.
That's what rang the bell.
Wow.
That's what rang the bell. She was like, I can't. She's like, she tapped out.
Oh, but then you have to keep going with the other girl.
I also was like, I think we're.
Wow. So you never had sex with the other girl?
I had sex with both.
Oh, you did.
I had sex with both.
Wow.
Everyone got a shot at the title.
And then you went home. Did they follow you on Instagram?
I don't know. I
you don't think they
so.
followed you?
Well, I'll check.
What the hell?
I've been going viral the last week, guys. It's hard to keep up.
Oh my God. He's going to forget my number so soon.
An extra 40 followers.
Oh
really,
my God. If he tops 20K, he'll never talk to me again. Yeah.
But it was actually like.
Is that your dream?
That night?
That was what you've always wanted?
I'll tell you what, bro. Getting 3 hours of sleep and waking up at 6:30 while absolutely still hammered. There's a part of me that was like, I literally said to myself, I was like, I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, you had a flight the next morning.
8 a.m. flight.
Oh, wow. Okay, now I respect it. Riding the lightning a little. Okay.
Yeah, and there was a
Okay.
queue. The one girl was like, I was like, I have a 6:30 flight, and she was like, you should stay up all night, and I was like, oh.
It's never been a good idea. Everyone thinks that's a good idea. It never works.
I mean, yesterday, Sunday, like I just was horizontal and eating burgers the whole day. It was fucking brutal.
that's what you do is you eat burgers when you feel bad.
We can transition to this. Best hangover food, cheeseburger, no question. Cheeseburger and fries.
No, like hash browns.
You're
Like a
fucking
scrambler
loser,
plate at a
dude.
diner, like hash browns, little sausage, some peppers, like all into all like I don't know what you call breakfast potatoes or whatever. Those are great.
Hash browns.
Hash browns are incredible with an egg on the side, a little toast to sop up the yolk.
Connor, I want your
Come on.
meal, but also I want you to tell us how you really feel about Jeff's idea here.
A diner food, that's a classic.
I think a diner food is good, but I need to come clean. I don't get hangovers.
Oh, you're one of those
fuck
guys.
off, Connor.
There are people they don't. It's like a gene.
Gene,
It's
it's a gene.
Yeah, I got a family full of them.
Wow.
Irish.
And most people who have that gene are alcoholics.
Yep.
And you're
My
not.
grandfather was definitely one of those.
Oh, really?
It's Irish. Are you
Wow.
Irish, bro?
A quarter Irish.
Yeah, dude. It's like Irish dudes can
Yeah,
go.
the hangover is what saves us. If it wasn't for a hangover, I would have an IV of gin and tonics just going into me all day.
If I never had hangovers,
I would be
yeah,
dead if I didn't have hangovers.
I think I'd be right there with you.
I think
brother.
we'd both be in a pauper's grave. I don't think we would be. I don't think anyone would remember our names.
It would
I would have
be-
been died in a gutter outside the Vintage Sports Bar in Madison.
Yeah, me right outside of whatever Wrigleyville bar I was at in 2018.
Uh-huh.
But
Wow,
yeah,
you had a threesome.
did it.
I can't believe you never did that you never did that in college? I thought every D1 athlete. You never ran a train?
So I
Aren't
had
they always doing that?
I had a false alarm once. I actually had a girl lie to me about a threesome in 2018, 2017. She said her and her friend, like they just moved to Chicago. They're living together. She's like, come over, me and blank, want to do a three-way. I just immediately Ubered over there, and her friend was asleep, and she was like, still good. We had hooked up a couple times before.
So she was trying to trick you into.
I mean,
and that's how much women like this tall bastard. They're willing to lie just to get a throw with this emotionalist pig.
it was
I
still,
want you to fuck me and then go home at 2 a.m. I want to see you call the Uber.
it was really, it was,
You didn't cuddle with these two gals, did you?
well, one was throwing up not pretty bad, but
Did
like, she
you
was throwing
leave?
up.
You left while she was still throwing up? You didn't wait to see if she recovered or anything?
I gave her, yeah. I saw her walk
You
out.
held
and
her head-
she like wiped her like mouth. I was like, okay, well.
You didn't
the
hold her
second-
hair back or anything? Like, thanks for the throw, babe?
Oh, I forgot to say. Here's another wrinkle to the whole story.
Oh, my God.
As we're walking over, slightly hotter girl. I'm gonna call her slightly hotter girl.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I'm in a open sexual experience relationship with my boyfriend.
What is that? Isn't that just
Means
an open relationship?
An open relationship, but like no dating. It's open to sexual experiences, so we have to tell each other when we're gonna have.
Oh, so she had to tell her boyfriend
she's
we're
like,
about
I
to have
ha-
a three-way.
So she was like, I have to run this by my boyfriend before I can do this. So we're walking over to the.
At 1 a.m., she's calling her boyfriend, can I get slammed by this former college basketball player with my friend Trish? Huh.
And
he's like, yeah, babe.
so then it got in my mind, bro. It's like,
So you have to do better than him.
well, if the boyfriend's like not cool with it, then I gotta roll with the lesser hot girl.
Oh, my God. What problems?
A nightmare
What
scenario.
problems
some
for
would say.
Drago. Oh, no, I have to fuck.
But it
Oh,
was,
God.
but he's British apparently, so he kind of was cool with it.
I don't know what being British has to do with that.
That was a wrinkle that I felt like including.
Huh,
He was a
okay.
British guy and he was cool with it.
Okay, good for
It
him.
seemed like George Harrison and Jagger. It seems like they're all like cool with. Seems like there's free love and over there and with the Brits.
I think that was okay. Yeah, I think that's a bizarre stereotype. Yeah, I don't
know.
I don't think
I don't-
that's true in any
I'm
way.
just kind of throwing
I think
darts.
British people are
sometimes,
known
guys.
as a little closed off sexually.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, thanks to that British guy, whoever you are,
Yeah, you should hit him up.
his girlfriend can really go too. Like she's,
Wow.
yeah,
Good for him.
yeah, good for
Good
you
for
know,
her.
And I'm honestly, yeah, I just I'd never been.
And you don't have their contact info or anything? You're not
think
gonna
so.
hit him up ever again?
I don't know
Wow.
what the
Incredible.
but yeah, that was fun.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
Proud of you. You might
Wow.
not be getting paid much, but you're getting laid. That's good.
I am in therapy now.
He's in therapy.
I'm having 3-ways.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
You finally overcome myocarditis thanks to me.
Yeah.
I should have got paid for being your fucking therapist for 4 years.
Bro.
My God.
Bro.
I had to hear you whine for almost an entire presidential administration.
All you did when I was sick, either way, was just put me down the whole time.
Yeah,
Guys,
down.
sinusitis, the Sega, the Sega,
Sega.
the sinusitis Sega.
Sega?
Right.
Is that how you think you say that word?
Sega?
Sega?
How do you think you say it?
I know you say it's Saga.
Saga.
Sega? You thought it was like Sonic the Hedgehog?
How do you say bagels?
Bagel.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Dummy.
I know I'm wrong. though.
Dumbass.
Saga. You just had never said that word out loud.
Saga.
Yeah, you said
Sega.
Sega. You said Sega.
Saga.
Hey, let me tell you this whole Sega that happened this weekend.
Have I been saying that wrong the whole time?
I'm sure people are like, Drago just really likes video games, I guess. Drago
Have
just
I been
really-
saying it like the
Sega Saturn? Yeah, you've been saying it like Sonic the Hedgehog the whole time.
that hurts?
Saga. Woof. Brutal.
Life's about
Chalk that
learning.
one up there with
Hey,
albino
listen,
and
guys,
aboriginal.
the layoffs are not great, and it's Saga apparently.
Saga. The more you learn,
And the
that's
more-
incredible.
The more you know, but yeah, that was my big tidbit. I want to shout out those two girls one more time. Thank you for
and
letting
here's
me
their IG handles
do-
right there.
Well, I've kind of put them at the bottom of the
yeah,
screen.
good.
So yeah, what I got more stuff on Pitt, but I want
You
to
really-
hit it back to you, brother.
Wow, it's an honor. Well, it's an honor to be able to talk on my podcast once again, talk
we
my
go.
shit again.
Welcome back, Geoff.
What did I do? I really haven't. I mean, I've just been really just sad, honestly. Had some great shows.
just been
I'm
down in the dumps.
Just
lately,
been really
folks.
thinking about how to what to do during this while the world descends into fascism. What have I been doing? I've just been playing a lot of video games. I'm deep into video games.
Yes.
Civilization 5, a game you would have no interest in.
Mm.
A turn-based strategy game where you build your own empire.
Do you
Drago's
think I could do? Do you think I would do well at the game?
I think I think there'd be a steep learning curve. It's really not that complicated, but there are some micromanaging things that I think you would not do well at.
Interesting.
It's a lot of patience, and I don't think that's really what you takes a long. Each game takes like 12 hours.
You know, I didn't like those games where they were like, remember those video games where you would like, instead of actually fighting, you just trade off like picking moves and stuff like
It's
that.
kind of like that. Yeah, like Pokemon. That's
yeah,
like Pokemon.
well, Pokemon, and like there was like a what are the other like Zelda was like that.
Zelda,
too,
I
right?
don't like. It's not like that. No, it's more like board game strategy. It's more like a board game.
Sounds
Yeah,
awesome.
it's amazing. Board games are incredible. Catan. I wish I could play Catan every night. Of my
What
life.
is what is the best part of this game that really gets your rocks off? Like when are you mentally coming during the civilization game?
when I conquer another civilization?
How
It's
does that?
incredible.
What is that? Is that just like? What is
You have to
it?
mass your armies and you have to flank them. You got to know what geography is going to be good for your armies. You got to get
Who
the
do you play-
infrastructure
Are you
ready.
playing the computer or is it live? Are
Yeah,
you
it's
playing-
computer. You can't. It wouldn't really work. Yeah, it doesn't work with regular people.
Do you have to pick a certain difficulty?
Yeah, I'm moving up slowly. I'm at 6 out of 8 right now. Moving up to 8.
Oh,
This is my goal for the summer. I
Well-
want to live in I'm trying to get blackout curtains so our house doesn't get in sunlight anymore.
Huh?
Just like when I want it not to. I of course will have sunlight sometimes, but I hate. I'm a nocturnal. I'm becoming nocturnal. I hate the day. I hate the day.
Oh,
I just
no.
like I like the night, the quiet of the night. That's when I come alive.
Oh, that's a line from the National. I traded my daylight for a career. That was it. Yeah, I traded the daylight for a career.
Oh, because they're like hung over all day and out
yeah,
at
they're
night.
rock band. Yeah,
I think I like it. I think nocturnal is the way to be.
you would like the National. I think me and you
I've
would.
seen the National live.
Yeah, but like, do you like the National?
I don't listen to them really, but I saw them live in like 2012, 2011 maybe.
We gotta get
They
you
were
back.
good.
We'll
They
get
were
you back.
good. They're a good band.
Okay.
You know, what else am I doing? 2 weeks sober, folks. You know, it's no way to live. It's no way to live.
Oh my!
I can't even
God.
imagine.
Look at the.
I had to turn
fucking
down a shot
evangelist
from someone.
Jeffrey here.
No, I
folks.
said no. Being sober is no way to live. That's what
Oh.
I mean. I had to turn
Oh.
down a shot from someone. There was some
Always.
great. They were pouring some great local beer in Ann Arbor. Couldn't drink it.
Mm.
Ann Arbor, top tier city though. That's a great city.
Great times.
Very good. The venue, Blind Pig. It's like this rock venue that Kurt Cobain did years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's amazing. We had a great time in Ann Arbor. Grand Rapids was fun as well. The venue's not incredible though.
Dr. Grins.
Yeah, they have they have like a nightclub 100 feet away across the hallway that is kind of bleeding through the walls. The Late Show, you just hear dong 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 through the walls, and it's kind of insane, honestly.
Yeah.
And also the name Dr. Grins sounds like that's like a pedophile doctor. That's like the name of like a guy who's like, I'm getting a pap smear from Dr. Grin. He's always smiling at me lecherously.
Dude, that actually happened to me at CCU, comedy.
You
Club
got
Underground.
molested?
No, it's like the music, or they were playing a UFC fight like super loud.
Oh God!
So I just hear all these like bros, like I'm in the middle of the setup. You just hear from the upstairs like, oh.
UFC brings out the worst people on the planet. I cannot stand that shit.
Yeah,
it's so barbaric. I can't. It's so cruel.
Yeah, I don't know. I've watched it. I'm fine with it, but I'm not like, I don't get being like,
I don't care. I don't want to watch a guy just get mauled. The guy just like his knee just snaps and like, "Rah!" It's like he'll never walk again.
Is there anything worse than when you're scrolling and it just gives you like a guy just like getting his neck broken, like pile driven?
I don't
into the
get
ground?
that. I don't get that.
I
hate snuff shit. I hate that.
I don't like these street fight vids. I wish I could block those.
I hate that shit. I don't want to see someone get hurt unless it's like a planned prank. I have no. Like where the person's involved.
I don't
like
like
Jackass is funny.
Well, yeah.
But pranking someone or beating the shit out of someone, I have no interest in.
It's just I don't like seeing a guy like roll his ankle in an NBA game. Like I can't watch. It just
You're not watching the ISIS beheading videos?
No,
those
anymore.
are good because I like to see Americans die.
There we go.
Just kidding around.
No, dude, it's yeah, that shit kind of bums me out.
Yeah, the internet's a sick place.
I also
trying to be off the internet as much as I can.
Yeah, you're having. Do you have somebody post your stuff for you yet or no?
No, I still do it and it sucks. But yeah, I'm trying not to post as much. I'm divorcing myself from all that shit. It's bullshit.
Just becoming
it's ruining our lives.
One with the earth. One
I'm
with
posting.
The soul.
I go on Instagram. I post. Then I delete the app. And then I don't look for another day or so.
You have to.
You can't be. I'm not responding to messages as much anymore. I'm not getting in arguments online anymore.
Well, you do throw in when.
What?
When like a shitty comic wants to open for you, you'll toss that in the chat.
What do you mean?
Like when you get a DM.
Oh, sure. I send the screenshot to the DM, and I usually give them the spot still.
Yeah.
If you're a local comic and you ask for a guest spot, I almost always give it to you.
Yeah.
Unless you look like truly unhinged.
Right.
I remember how much it meant to me when I was a young comic, so I'll give you 5 minutes. Whatever.
I should have done that so much more in Chicago. I regret that immensely.
What, not asking
just
for
like
stuff?
DMing for like a 5 minutes.
Yeah,
like so
it
easy.
works. Honestly, it is, or a DM to host. It's like I just want it booked.
Yeah,
I don't even really care if you are good.
Granted, Zanies around that time, pre-pandemic, Zanies was very old school. Like Bert was pretty tight with the guest.
I won't
spots.
say anything about Bert, but yeah.
What he was.
No, I just don't want to be too negative because we know his son. But
no, he's a good. Steven's a good. They're both
no,
great.
that's why I'm saying I don't think he's so great. So I'm not gonna say much.
Oh,
he didn't book me for years, and I kind of don't respect. Yeah.
Wow.
The Zanies in Chicago never respected me.
Damn.
I'll probably never perform.
Yeah,
there
let's
again.
let it out on your last episode.
They never really gave me my flowers. Zanies in Chicago, and
yeah, who else didn't give you your flowers? I like this road. Come
everyone
on,
in Chicago.
Who did you wrong?
Oh, the old guard of Chicago comedians. We won't name names, but they never respected the kid.
There we go.
I got Just for Laughs in Montreal, and they were all mad. They were all mad that it was.
Did you hear anything through the grapevine? Any rumblings?
Oh yeah, they were all jealous.
They were pissed at you.
I was the new guy from Madison, Wisconsin, and I got the big honor to go to Montreal, and the older veteran comics in Chicago were not pleased with it. And I've forgiven a few of them, but most of them, they're in my sights. They're in my sights forever.
It's weird how the grudges just never go away.
They never will. Even you'll talk to famous people, they have grudges.
Definitely.
They're like, I remember that booker. He fucked me over in 2007.
Well, just if one guy said a mean thing at an open mic, they just like hold it. They hold on to
Yeah,
it.
as you should. Hatred is what fuels the world. Love leads nowhere.
And that we'll clip that.
Put that on a mug.
Clip that, folks. Yeah, put that on a tee,
Put
on
that
a shirt.
Hatred leads nowhere. Or hatred fuels the world. Love goes nowhere.
Love that. There
It's
we
a
go.
great lyric, honestly.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
I got one more thing about this.
Yeah. What'd you
Pitt.
do in Pitt?
So
Some other poor woman got it dumped on.
one thing I love about I wouldn't call it dumped on, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure you dumped all over these people. Take that,
Yeah.
you Mormon pigs.
Okay. All right, folks. No,
Yeah.
it was very everything.
Call
was,
me Joseph Smith, baby.
Everything was sensual and fun and great and consensual.
Well, I mean, that's
wanna
that's great
reiterate.
to have a threesome with a Mormon. It's like polygamy. That's the way they were meant to
Yeah.
live. They really went back to their roots there.
Yeah, they didn't really
They
escape.
didn't escape at all.
Mm-mm.
You can't take you can't take it out of the Mormons. You got to put it in them.
And
Yeah,
I tried my best, folks.
you did your best. I'm sure it wasn't great though. I'm sure it was no better than I would have done, honestly.
I was in Pittsburgh, and do you know what I love about these medium, smaller?
Pittsburgh's an
smaller
amazing
scenes?
city.
It's all right.
Oh,
I got my
it's
thoughts.
good.
Do
Did you go
know
to Primanti Bros?
really good, actually.
Yeah, I like Primanti Bros.
That's a fucking-
good sandwich. You can get a beer. That's a fun spot.
It's interesting, man. Like you have these, you'll have these sandwiches, like these regional foods or whatever, and you always wonder, like, why can't this be? It's weird how like others, like you can't. It's why is regional food so hard to replicate? You know what I'm saying? Like why can't you know what I'm
What do
saying?
you mean?
Because
I feel like it's not anymore. The last like 20 years, it's pretty much everywhere
that's what I'm
now.
saying. Because it's like regional food. Food is just a recipe. It's math. It's a list.
Yeah.
I don't know a Primanti Bros in New York. I don't know a Primanti.
Oh, well, that's because it's a
style
chain. Oh, that's just they don't want to
I
expand.
know, but that version. Like,
you don't think there's a deli sandwich place in New York?
So Lucky's sandwich in Chicago does the Primanti's thing, but
Yeah.
Primanti's is way better.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I
like
mean, it's why doesn't someone know the 11 herbs and spices in KFC? It's just a little difficult to figure out.
Yeah, well,
it's more difficult than you think. I think.
well, it's just like I'm trying to think of a more they can't really do a proper deep dish in New York or whatever.
I think they just don't want to because it's not popular. So they're like, why would you start a deep dish restaurant in New York?
Well,
People
they've got.
like come to Chicago for that, even though I think deep dish is trash.
I think
Deep dish is trash.
I think a Chicago style place would do well in New York, like a Portillo's or something like that.
Maybe.
what I'm
Oh,
s- like,
maybe
you know-
try. Maybe we should franchise.
Whoa.
Maybe now that we're not doing a podcast together, we should get into the
Get
restaurant
into
business.
we have a little pop up Portillo's.
Yeah. Me and you try to put together some food. The main people really just pay to watch us try to cook. You're cracking eggs, the shells getting on the griddle.
A Maxwell Street Polish takes 38 minutes. to
Yeah,
make.
everyone's just screaming at us.
Yeah.
It's not cooked enough. That's a good.
Yeah.
I always thought that would be a funny video series. You bring a chef into a kitchen, you tie him to a chair, and he has to watch me make his recipe.
Nice. Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of a funny video series.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Never gonna make it, but if someone wants to do it, go ahead.
I should have
I'm
recorded.
out of the content game.
I should have recorded more of you trying to cook in Fargo.
At Tommy's Cabin.
Oh, Tommy's
Yeah,
Cabin. Yeah,
I'm really
yeah.
bad at cooking. I don't give a shit.
I have to reiterate.
The griddle, the way I tried to make those hamburgers was bad. I was also very high. If I had been in my correct mind state, I think it would have been a little more pleasurable. But I was like, that was like a whole week where we were just high 24/7.
You guys
I'm
were.
like, I don't get stoned when I'm about to do a big project.
Yeah.
Stone
I mean,
is for writing or listening to music.
I think you could flip. I think people could flip a burger high. Most people could.
Yeah. But I also had to make the meat. I'd seasoned it and all that.
No,
a
you
little
didn't.
bit.
You actually didn't.
Well, I
season it.
did, but I didn't do it right. I did it poorly.
You seasoned it. Yeah,
I
pretty
did it
bad.
really badly. Yeah.
But anyways, I want to talk more about this pit. So
Also, if it was an oven, I would have done fine. It was the fire that makes it harder.
how
Over an open fire, it's because the heat is variable everywhere. If it's just over an open
But
griddle, that's easy.
the problem was with the meat went through the spatula.
Yeah, that was
you
bad.
pressed it down to the point where it got like
It got stuck, and then it was a real disaster. Yeah, It was bad. It was very anxiety inducing, if I'm being honest. I felt like a real failure in front of my friends. Yeah.
It was tough to watch. I mean,
It was tough to watch.
because Tim like put the whole fire together. It took him like 12 minutes. He got the fire going.
I think if I would have been fire guy, we would have never had a meal.
Well,
If
right.
I would have been the guy lighting the fire, there would have been no meal.
I mean, I was asparagus guy. I kind of nailed it. I kind of nailed asparagus. I probably
no,
the
but you
easiest job.
cut off like the whole thing. You didn't know. He didn't know you cut off the bottom of asparagus.
I didn't.
So we all had to break it ourselves.
That's a
You didn't know the bot. You just I couldn't believe you didn't know that.
It's a little
but
pet
that's
project.
a whole thing. You learn.
for my fellas.
Life's about learning, folks. If that's one lesson y'all should take from the pod,
Yeah,
it's about learning.
life is about learning. You got to get better.
Yeah, what have we been
in
doing
life.
this pod 3.5 years almost?
Three and a
What's the biggest change in your life in 3.5 years, Alex?
I think I'm more in touch with myself. I think I'm super stoic as of late. I think
What does the word stoic mean to you?
just kind of relaxed and chill.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no,
I
I
don't
mean, I don't really know what the exact definition is, but yeah,
So 'cause,
calm
like,
under fire.
not like
not letting life get to you all too much.
biggest change. I mean we started the pod like on the I started it basically like with myocarditis, and that really sucks. So I've been a little healthier.
Right.
I have had knee problems for the last 3.5 years. Now that we're timing it all out, so I'm gonna get that fixed. Actually, I want to shout out
fixed.
So Dr. Jerry's a listener of the pod.
Dr. Jerry.
He DM'd me. He listened to the pod. We're having a call tomorrow. He's going to help me with my
Oh
shoulders.
yeah,
and-
you're more excited about having a white doctor finally.
I don't actually.
That gay Indian man wasn't good enough.
No,
for
I
you?
think this guy. He's a chiropractor in Chicago. I think he's Hispanic.
Ooh, let's go. He could change your life.
Yeah,
Chiropractor. Okay.
I think he's Hispanic. I don't know what he is, but he's tan, and I'll see him.
Jerry, you know anything about lasting longer during sex?
Yeah.
Something I've done very little to change in my life. That's one thing that hasn't changed. 3.5
Yeah.
years.
What's
Still
been the
got
biggest
about
change?
3.5 pumps.
What's been the biggest change for you?
You know what? I gave up the idea of being famous. You know, I don't really care about success in comedy.
You got your
anymore.
nut.
I got enough, and I really feel like it's enough for me. I don't. You see, I mean, I just heard some stories about some famous comics, and I'm just like, oh, they're just terrible people.
Yeah.
Some more comics underpaying our friends, they're just assholes.
More and more of those stories that
you just
come
hear
out.
like every person who's successful in comedy is just a complete piece of shit.
Yeah.
Except for Dan Soder. That's the one. That's the good man.
I don't know if you want to believe this out. I heard Jensen really pays well.
Jordan?
I heard she
Oh,
pays great.
Good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's great. I was thinking people maybe an echelon higher, but yeah, that's
Right,
good that
right,
she
right.
does that. Yeah,
She's
good.
pretty big now. I'm pretty
Yeah, she
sure.
is huge. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, shout out Jensen.
Good.
But yeah, dude, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm better at podcasting now. I think we were both I think when we started, we were both kind of like,
Yeah,
it's like a skill it's a skill you have to learn.
When I was a young kid, I was like 6 years old. I was just like, I want to be good at podcasting. That's what I told my teacher. She's like, "What are you talking about? That doesn't exist.
yeah,
It will, and I'll be good at it."
what a dream.
Yeah,
What a dream
that's what
this
I always
was.
wanted. I don't want love. I don't want acceptance. I want to be good at podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we've done it. We did it.
Sometimes sexist, sometimes not politically correct, sometimes.
I think our problem was that we weren't racist enough. Honestly, that seems to be the.
Do you think that's why we didn't hit the next level?
I think we were in between. We were like, they're saying weird shit, but they're also liberal, so we don't really know what they're talking about. Yeah, you got to go full right wing, like Theo Vaughn and like all those guys. Like you got to go like full racist. That's their thing.
I'll say it. I do think. I don't know. I don't love that. I don't love the.
Oh yeah,
I don't
Drago's come out after 3.5 years against racism.
I just don't like the full embrace. Like, I don't know, man. If you're, it's just such a. I don't know. Those guys being Trump guys. I don't know. Just. I'll say.
But you're finally having a come to heart about this.
Well,
you're finally realizing
I've always like kind
played
of felt
an integral part in the descent of Western civilization. I mean, those guys are all clowns. Andrew Schultz, Theo Vaughn, Joe Rogan. They're clowns. They've ruined the world.
Yeah,
they're like tragically evil people.
You know, folks. It's a comedy's in a weird place. It's weird that like these guys, some of these guys are like true rock stars. Like
they are rock stars, and they use their rock star powers to get rid of the Department of Education. Yeah,
Mm.
real rock star fucking shit. Kids don't have school lunches anymore. Isn't that's badass? That's badass. Nice work, Andrew. That's cool as hell. Your hair's sick too.
Yeah, seeing comedians be that, you know.
To be that, they're just so out of. They went devil's advocate so far. They're like, I don't care if minorities get thrown to work camp in El Salvador.
I just don't think we've seen comics be publicly this right wing ever before. You know what I'm saying?
No, they haven't, because comedians like to rebel, and they think that being right wing is rebelling because they're too stupid to understand what the world is really. But that's what it is.
But yes, I have
Richard Pryor, George Carlin would spit in their faces.
Oh,
sorry.
No,
sorry,
I get
it's
it.
True.
I do. This is actually not on a lighter note, but here's what I like about these scenes, these smaller, mid-sized cities. There's always a big drama in the scene. Always. A big
I
beef
do
in the
love
scene.
that shit. Yeah.
Pittsburgh right now, completely divided.
Really?
Completely divided over.
Is it Steve Hofstetter?
No.
Oh no. Okay.
Sexual assault case.
Oh, okay.
About, I think, a 3-year comic essayed another like 3 or 4 year
essayed. Where'd you learn that one? My God.
I check your Reddit.
Wow. Incredible. Wow. Learning the lingo.
But yeah, he essay and like, dude, like literally half. Like this scene is like completely like there's like mics that half the people go to and mics that the other half the people go to.
Really?
And there's shows that half the people go to and there's shows that the other half.
Wow. And this guy is still doing comedy.
This guy is at the center of it. Now here's where I think this guy messed up. Is that
not the sexual assault?
I think everyone gets one. No, but it's
and this is why I'm leaving the pod, folks. No, that's funny, Riff.
But it really was just like what happened was, so this all goes down, right?
Sure.
And people start outing him on Facebook. His reaction on Facebook is he starts commenting on people's status is like, I'll beat the shit out of you, like I'll beat the fuck out of you, like keep my name out of your mouth. And I'm like, this is not the way.
That's a classic. I'm guilty. That's the classic. I mean, the guy we know who raped 3 women, he did the same thing. He DM'd everyone. What are you talking about? You hear the news? What's going on?
Yeah.
That's always, that means you're guilty.
It's not the way to handle
especially
pushback.
Publicly commenting. I'll beat the shit. I got. Don't say the guy's name on here.
No, of course not. Of course
but
not.
I'll have to look this up.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's interesting that
and
like
he's a very good comedian. I bet.
I heard actually people like him. He's funny.
Wait, God, I hope I don't know him. Damn. Don't say the name. Don't say
I heard he's only a few years in.
Yeah, but if he's funny, then I'll have to give him a pass. Then,
if you're funny, folks,
I mean,
but yeah, it's interesting that like it's just it's funny that like not funny, but these things in these like mid-sized cities or whatever, like these things like they take up the space of like everyone's brains. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we used to have drama.
Yeah,
there was drama. There was sexual assault stuff in Chicago that was insane.
Yeah,
the Facebook group and the Chicago comedy Facebook group used to be insane.
It's
there
crazy.
Was always people getting in fights.
New York, LA, like comics are just so worried about their own reels. Like they're not even like
there's no real well, there is beef. It's like Bert sold out the stadium before I did.
Yeah.
That's like the beef now.
Yeah,
it's all about like ticket sales and career opportunities.
Yeah, or just like how do you get in there? There's no one's like taking
there. It's like, did you hear what he said about Puerto Ricans at the VFW open mic?
Yeah.
That's the drama in Des Moines.
Yeah.
Like they don't let Puerto Ricans go to the show at the VFW.
It really is. So yeah, the guy that books the don't tells is just like, he's like, yeah, I can't, book this guy because of this like situation. It's like people get mad at me, But
wow.
Mostly tries to stay out of it, but it's kind of wild, dude. It's kind of wild.
Staying out of it, not picking a side. The classic good guy move in rape cases.
Yeah. Well, he's not booking him.
Okay, no, I'm sure he's a good guy.
He is. He's a good dude.
Yeah, I do kind of miss the drama. There's no community in comedy anymore. It's all just everyone posting online. There's no real hang or community at all.
There's so much work to be done.
There's too much work to be done. There's no time to hang or.
Yeah, I don't know who was just talking about this. I think like Joe List was talking about this or something like that. But it's like comedy used to be like you hung out all day, then like the job. You used to do it to not want a job, to not have.
That's the whole reason I did stand up was so I didn't have a 9-to-5 job.
And now it's
a
like
9-to-5 job.
9 to 12.
Yeah, it's the
9
work.
to
It's
midnight.
insane how much work goes into like someone like John Marco puts in so much work.
Yeah,
and he's funny and it works, but there's a lot of shit. You have to work to put all that content out is insane.
You
have to have like 3. I have 2 or 3 employees, and I'm really not trying that hard.
Right.
It's insane.
It's like every free moment you're like, oh, I can like put.
You'd be posting It's all about quantity now. That's what it's mainly the reason why.
Can I put a caption on this? Like, can I?
It hasn't.
It's really sucks that like even
social media has destroyed stand-up comedy. It's destroyed it.
Even the stuff that like it sucks that like even when you have like let's say you have like an okay set, you are literally mining okay stuff and like trying to convince yourself like that what's postable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is good enough, and it's not.
Yeah. You're like, oh, maybe this like maybe people if I edit it this way, it's like you're trying to
I called this woman's husband fat and people laughed. I better post it.
Yeah, it's like
but that's what works. The algorithm rewards quantity, not quality.
Yeah,
and it's a good thing, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Nope. No, don't change a thing, folks. It's comedy, don't you change on us.
It's just who can post the most slop for the pigs.
Yes.
It's what I said years ago. They're pigs, feed them slop. Little did I know I was talking about the algorithm, not the people.
Yes.
It's not really the people's fault. It's the algorithm's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zuckerberg and Musk ruined our lives.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to them. should we move into the Patreon? Where are we at right now? I think we're
about at 6 o'clock. Yeah, we're about.
Yes, but this has been. Jeff will come back on at some point.
I'll come back, give you all a dose of reality. Maybe I'll give the monthly Doge update.
Yeah.
Maybe podcasts might be cut next. Who knows?
Who knows, folks?
Yeah. Maybe a shout out to my mother who used to have a job that was directly related to the Department of Education and which is now gone, and she still supports Donald Trump. So if you could wrap your head around that, folks, that'd be fun. Let me know.
And that is how Jeffrey's going to go out, folks.
Yeah.
Dunking on Mrs. Asmus.
Oh, we're in a Cold War right now, She worked with special ed kids for decades, and now Trump pulled all the funding, but it's no big deal. No big deal.
It ain't nothing, folks.
Yeah, all those kids just going to put the G-tube in themselves now.
Goof, is there anything you want to say to the non-patrons here before we go into the Patreon?
You guys are amazing. Everyone who comes up at the shows that listens to the pod is always cool. Thank you for giving me weed all these years. I'll always treasure the memories we've had.
It's been real, folks.
We've had a good time. We've had a lot of fun. I think we could have been one of the greats if we would have maybe marketed it better and perhaps put our all into it.
Right.
But we just wanted to have fun, and that's not enough in this world. You have to have a business sense, and we never had that.
We weren't racist quite enough.
We weren't racist quite enough, and we chose to post clips that were good instead of posting 10 clips that were mid.
Yes.
Which is not how you are rewarded in this society anymore. We should have used an AI program to clip out things and caption it and just post automatically, which a lot of pods do.
Brutal.
It's insane. It's so evil, and that's just what it is now.
Yeah.
Yep. But we had a good time.
Sign us off, Goofer.
You're an idiot. We had a great run.
Great run.
We episode 164, I heard. Is that right, Connor? 164. 84 episodes N-word free. I'll be coming back for episode 100, folks. I'll be coming back to say it, and it'll be. We'll probably be required to say it by then. Elon will be like, you have to, in order to stay on the air, you have to say the N-word.
I'll be first in line, folks.
Yeah, I mean, they just deported a guy because he had a tweet that was critical of Trump.
No way.
Or a guy was traveling here from France. They wouldn't let him into the country because he said something bad about Trump, which is good, and there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Nothing to worry about. We should probably delete some old episodes, honestly.
Yeah.
But you know what, folks? You know where to find me. The tour is ending in like 2 weeks, but I'll be back in the fall.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Yeah, baby. This has been episode 164. You've been an idiot. Good night and good luck.
Oh, he learned it. There we go. He figured it out. Come to the Patreon. Thank you, guys. Bye. Dude, doesn't that rip?
You're an idiot.
No, you're an idiot.